24th, 2017 meeting of the Law Committee. Can I get a motion to
So moved.
approve previous minutes?
Second.
Vote, favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number one, resolution number 84A for 2016, amending the Albany County Legislative Rules of Order. My understanding that's being tabled.
To request the sponsor,
Okay.
yes.
Good. Number two, resolution number 127 for 2016, authorizing 50% of real property taxes collected by the County of Albany on real property conveyed by the Albany County Land Bank Corporation be remitted to said entity. That's Mr. Higgins, he's not here.
Table the request.
That's tabled. Number three, local law, number K for 2016, the local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending section 206 of the Albany County Charter, local law number 8, 1993, as subsequently amended for the purpose of restructuring the legislature by reducing the number of legislators. Is that being tabled too?
It's being tabled.
Okay.
You can just do the numbers if you.
All right. Number four,
Yes.
public hearing on proposed law, for 2016. I'll do this one and you can separate. What are we doing with,
Table the request the sponsor.
that's table two?
You're doing a great job.
All right. Number five, public hearing on proposed law number P for 2016.
That is mine, that's tabled for the
That's
sponsor.
That's tabled. Six. My understanding that's being tabled too, local law,
Q.
public
Yes.
hearing Q. Seven, R,
Same.
table. Eight, local law O for 2016. That's, my understanding is that being tabled too?
Yes.
Okay. Number nine, local law P for 2016.
It stays. Oh, no, it's
No,
yours.
no.
No, it's
Yeah, local.
Lynn's actually.
Yeah.
She's not here.
Local law of the county
That's
is,
table two.
Number P.
Table the public hearing.
Well, actually, didn't we want to move the public hearing? Could we table number 5?
Well, unfortunately, to be consistent, the sponsor's not here.
Lynn, Joanne, and I are co-primes on that.
I know, but the rule's always been the first name is the one that has to move it. That's so that we don't have 20 people and there's one showing up to put anything about it. So it's tabled, she has to be here. She went through this with us last month on another one.
Yeah, but she was the prime sponsor. It was clear we introduced it, but we were all co-primes of equal. That was the point of merging the two local laws together.
You're first, she's got to be here. That's it.
Okay, for the record, that is not with the consent of the co-prime sponsor.
It never is with the co-sponsors.
I'm not a co-sponsor, I'm a co-prime sponsor.
all right, so then we're on to 10, and that's yours too, Brian, is that? you
Table.
Tabling that. 11, same thing, Brian?
Yep.
Tabling that. 12,
Table.
that's being tabled. 13,
Yes. I'd like to see that tabled, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I've been meeting with Joanne on this particular issue.
you're still working on that?
Yes, and I'm sure I know she won't be here, but I'm sure she'll want the same thing.
So 14, that's her,
Right.
the table on that one. 15, he's not here, so that's good. 16, that is Mr. Miller, he is here. That's the local law of the County of Albany, New York, prohibiting the use of cigarettes, tobacco products, liquid nicotine, or electronic cigarettes in parks or recreational areas owned and operated by Albany County. I think we had the public hearing on that, right?
That's correct.
Okay. What do you want us to do?
I'd like to request to be moved to the legislature.
Can I get a motion on that?
So moved.
Motion, second? All
Is this for the favorable?
Favorable? What's the motion?
Favorable.
Favorable? Get a second? Favorable? All right, vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Yeah,
Unanimous.
going out.
Alright. 17. Oh, that's all right, that's the public hearing on that. Local law of the County of Albany, New York, creating limited exemption from real property taxes for qualified conservation easement exemption agreements within the town of Bethlehem. Mr. Reinhardt?
I'm here to answer any questions. I think you all might have already heard discussion of it when we voted to have the public hearing, but I'm here if you have any more questions.
Anybody have any questions of Mr. Reinhardt? Committee, anybody else? What would you like us to do?
I'd like you to move it forward favorably.
Can I get a motion?
So move?
No.
Or is that?
No,
I don't
get
need
a
that,
motion
do I?
from somebody.
I just sit here politely, okay.
Dave? Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
I agree.
You're opposed? Frank?
I'm fine with it.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. 18. Local law of the County of Albany, limiting the Albany County Charter to prohibit the hiring of former elected officials or their family members. That's yours, Dave?
Yes, it is.
What would you like?
I don't know if anybody needs discussion on it, I would like to move.
Anybody have any, want to discuss that at all? You get a, what if you want to get a motion from somebody else, how do you want to move it?
It's fine, motion's fine.
No recommendation?
I'll make a motion for no recommendation for that.
second that.
Second it? Okay, we'll move it out. The vote's on moving it out with no recommendation. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, moves out, no recommendation. Current business. Public hearing on proposed local law number D for 2017.
I'm sure he's not here to stay for this one. He's not.
That's good.
Interesting.
So then the next one is good.
Yep. Interesting.
Okay, number 21, amending resolution number 198, 2014, extending the term for indigent legal services program.
Joe Chair.
Oh, hi Judge.
Very good.
How are you? What do we have here, Judge?
This is a request to apply for the second tier of funding for indigent legal services. We finished the first grant, which expired at the end of February. We've applied to the state for participation in the second grant. We want the legislature's approval to go forward with that. Provides a substantial amount of revenue to the county.
There's about $189,000 or so still available?
That's correct.
Anybody have any questions, Brian?
Is this the council first appearance grant?
This is, well, there's multiple grants. The 189,000 is the Upstate Quality Improvement and Caseload Reduction Grant. We're seeking an extension of the grant period. It ran from January 2014 through December 1 of 16, and there's $189,744.37 that was not applied for. So we're seeking an extension of 9 months of the grant to apply for as much of that 189,000 as we can get. And that's currently budgeted, so we need to do that.
Anybody else have any questions? Mr. Kraus?
Thank you. Judge, is there any reason why it's only extended through September? Would you be able to extend it through the
Well,
calendar year?
the grant itself ran from January 2014, but was not approved and a contract not entered into until October. So it's a 3-year grant, so we want the additional period of time to seek reimbursement between now and the end of September.
But could you go beyond that if you wanted to?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
So moved.
Can I get a second? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. 22, amending the 2017 Office of Immigration Assistance Budget, administrative adjustments.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
This proposal is to provide funding that is not covered by the grant for services that we've been doing and have been requested to do in the community. And fills an essential role that complements what we do in our office to outreach to non-citizen groups within the community through different organizations, whether it be schools, not-for-profit organizations, and we provide various forums and information and educational settings to these groups.
Do we have any questions from Mr. Milstein?
When you say undocumented, are you saying people that are here illegally in the country?
No. When we say
What do you mean?
non-citizens, it can be there are a variety of people with different status. There are people here who are refugees, there are people here who are asylums, there are people here who are lawful permanent residents. There are people here who are on student visas, and many of them have a lot of different questions about what happened with their status based upon the different changes of law. So we try to provide as much guidance and information and direction as we can.
Just asking because we use a lot of different terms these days, and so this doesn't include anybody that can come into the country illegally. It's just people that are not even documented as a citizen, they haven't gone through that process, or they came in under visas, or
Right.
some of those groups you
It
said,
could be a
right?
variety of, people could be non-citizens for a variety of reasons.
Could you provide us with maybe the number of people that you've helped through the course of the year?
Well, it's a hard number because you have to remember what our responsibilities are to assist and train attorneys in the 14-county region. That's what the grant is. We've also branched into other areas that are not covered by the grant, which I've been doing on a basis, on a pro bono basis, or my own time, or time that the county permitted me to use. And so far, over about 1 year, we've had about 185 different cases we've been involved in, and I think about 62 different countries.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Maybe I misunderstood. So this is just about teaching lawyers about that stuff. It's not the actual refugee groups, it's about them going.
Our grant is for assisting attorneys, but that's the primary purpose.
Right.
However, because as we've developed, there is a great need, a great request for information from many different groups. We've tried to partner with these groups. There are people who have come here as refugees who may call us and say, I want to now apply for citizenship. We don't do that. We may refer them to someone else, and then they might say, well, that person may have had an experience potentially with the criminal law, and they may ask us what our opinion is on how to proceed with their application. We try to work with them to gather all that information.
Alex, you have a question?
Just a comment from one of our members who's not here, that this seems to be an expansion outside the basic parameters that the department was set up to handle, which was just, as we heard, legal advice to other attorneys. And this, again, seems to be expanding the scope of the original goals of the department. So there was concern from the member that I spoke to about that. I'm just conveying it to the committee.
Isn't there, Jim, isn't there a 20% county component to this?
That's correct.
Which allows the county to engage in activities related to this, but not necessarily focus directly on what the grant is for?
That's correct.
That's
That's what this falls under?
what this would fall under, yes.
Any other questions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thanks, Jim. Okay. 23, amending resolution number 134 for 2016 regarding harbor operations expenses. Board of Election Commissioners here. Welcome. First, I got a question. Why is this called the shoebox grant?
It's an acronym for, it's a program administered by the state. This is just HAVA money that was passed through from the federal government. Originally, the OGS administered it. It's now being administered by the state. I can't tell you what the acronym stands for.
Okay, just curious.
All ballots are going to be put in the shoebox.
Old days.
The old days.
Sort of like a savings plan. Yeah, rainy day fund.
So, can you explain a little bit why you guys are here?
Is to extend for 1 year a grant that the original monies that the county got from the state was about $330,000. We've spent it down to acquire voting machines, different things, components for the office. There's $6,000 left in the account. It will be closed out this year, but because the original grant required a contract with the county, the state needs a contract, and the period expired on March 31. So it's extending it from, technically, from April 1 of this year through March 31 of next year.
So you can use up the 6,000.
It's going to be used on machine covers.
So moved.
It's not
Any
very
questions,
exciting.
anybody? In second? Do we have- All in favor? Aye.
I'm bouncing back. I'm kind of quiet, just kind of
We're
after.
going to say conduct.
Number 24 are authorizing agreements regarding the trauma response team and Project Safe Neighborhoods.
Thank you so much, Peter. I appreciate the evening. This is a continuation. We've been working with the Albany Police Department and Schenectady County DA to provide services for those returning citizens to help them be successful in their re-engagement with our community. So Albany Police Department, through the GIVE grant, has the trauma response team, which is Lisa Good out of Berlin Grievance. She responds to shootings and stabbings in the city and to try to redirect that energy and those emotions from retaliatory behavior to more of a healing, transformative behavior. And Marie Verzulli, under the Project Safe Neighborhoods, works both in Albany County as well as Schenectady County, and she works with the returning citizens. They create a forum in which they have a panel of people who help them understand the consequences should they engage in any type of felonious behavior, as well as community supports and folks in the community who are leaders who can talk about the effects of violence on the community as a whole. This is a continuation of the grant, and I'm just looking to see if I can have your support.
So moved. Second.
How much is Albany getting and how much is Schenectady getting as the money?
Albany is getting, they're submitting, so I'm not sure exactly what, it's about $40,000 for the trauma response team. They pay Marie Verzulli about $15,000, and Schenectady County pays about the same. It's a pass-through. We actually don't keep any of the money. It goes through us to the providers.
Right, I'm just trying to figure out how much comes to each one though, so we can draw the resolution to show where the money's going.
I think the number we use is around $90,000. That can change because they have not yet given me the number, but in the past it's been about $90,000 total.
Would you need something broken down, Pat?
I'm looking to get it broken down to who gets what, so I can write a resolution.
Can we do that?
So, of course.
Yeah, we'll work on that and get it to you.
90 total, and how much we're gonna get.
How much Albany's getting, how much Schenectady's getting, so we can put that in the document, so.
Okay. You can get that for us?
Absolutely.
All right, great. Did we have a motion on this? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, you got a question? I'm sorry.
You said that this money goes to City of Albany. Is it they provide service outside City of Albany or in the county or just the city?
I believe the gateway is specifically towards the city of Albany.
Service outside City of Albany.
I don't believe so. But this is a grant that is shared among various, the GIVE grant goes to Albany Police Department, I believe also somebody goes to probation, and but it's a law enforcement type of grant. I believe this effort is very much focused in the city of Albany.
Okay, we have a vote on that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? For 25, authorizing an agreement with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services and amending the 2017 Crime Victim and Sexual Violence Center budget.
This is new money. This is $31,306. It's new. This is for a bridge and a brave crisis services. So it's the work that we currently do. It's direct services. It's prevention education. It's the court advocacy, all the first services. So I'm not looking to expand in any way. This is just will go to offset the current expenses, decreasing county share. There's doing some restructuring on a statewide level, and a number of grants seem to be, where I understand, are going to be consolidated under DCJS over the summer, and there'll be a new RFP coming out in the fall, for the fall. And I don't know, I'll share more on what information when I have that. But this is new money to offset county share.
Anybody have any questions?
So moved.
Second?
Third.
All in favor? Aye. 26, authorizing an agreement with National Runaway Safe Line.
This is a program that is a hotline for any youth who are runaways or otherwise on the streets. And this would allow us to be listed as referral for any youth who call. They could refer them to our agency, again, providing services that we already provide, not looking to incur any additional costs, but this would allow us to have that relationship so that we can provide services for those at-risk youth.
Any questions?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Okay, 27, amending resolution number 151 of 2014, extending the term for the Crime Victim and Witness Assistance Services.
This is the New York State Office of Victim Services grant that has been a recurring grant for my department. It's in fact our largest grant. We had a 3-year contract, and they're looking to extend that one time for an additional 2 years. It's just over $1 million for the 2 years. And again, providing the services that we provide, just additional monies that we are looking to expand to continue our services going forward.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Motion to adjourn?